that Biden was, quote, so hell-bent to rush out of Afghanistan to get a headline in time for the 20th anniversary of 9/11 that he botched it. 13 soldiers murdered, thousands stranded, and then they lied about it to cover it up. Let's bring in from House Foreign Affairs, Congressman Cory Mills. The congressman is a former Army combat veteran. He helped evacuate Americans out of Afghanistan. Congressman, thanks for joining us. The White House trying to downplay this. Kamala Harris is trying to blame Trump for this. You know, this took 20 months, 7 public hearings, and 18 witnesses. But Kamala Harris is trying to blame Trump?
Well, again, this is them trying to deflect from their failed foreign policies. Again, Harris has admitted in the past and has gone on record to say she was the last to actually come into the room with regards to this Afghan botched withdrawal. It was also made very clear by General McKenzie and former chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, General Milley, that President Trump had actually, at the behest of his generals, had recommended for a smaller contingent force to remain behind when he realized that in the event of withdrawing civilians, that we would actually need to maintain a temporary military presence. And again, this entire event was politics over strategy. The Biden and Harris administration, with Harris at the final decision-making, has admitted that they thought this was a great success. But let's talk to the 13 Gold Star families and ask them whether or not they think that this is a great success. They're touting the greatest airlift operations ever, but they won't admit that over 60% of those out had never been vetted, done biometrics, and they were actually printing visas and a actual document at a local printer to be able to board these aircrafts that weren't fully vetted. So I don't see this as a great advancement. I think that it was dereliction of duty, which is why my impeachment articles against Lloyd Austin and against the president was for this very exact thing, that and inclusion of status quo.
But spokesman John Kirby insists that today that they've been transparent about the exit. What do you think?
That's absolutely false, to include the fact that if they were being transparent, then why was it that Secretary Blinken tried to withhold the dissent cables who had the most in American history of Department of State diplomats, 23 members who had sent a classified document that said if they go forward with their current strategy, that it'll result in American lives being lost. They knew about this. They tried to cover it up. Same with Secretary Austin, who had received intel briefs, not of just the actual explosive bomber, but the actual BOLO prior to it, and a notification that they had actually already had the plan in place and was going to operate it on the day of October 21st, 26, 2021. So this is not something where they didn't know and they were being transparent. They tried to cover it up and they got caught.
You know, the shocking thing, too, is President Biden is insistent no one was killed on his watch. 13 troops were murdered. Also, 3 troops killed in Jordan. This story, didn't Colonel Seth Crumrich, he's the chief of staff for Special Ops Command, testify that President Biden, quote, decided we're going to leave, but he's not listening to anybody, that Biden ignored the Pentagon chief, top military, national security officials, the Joint Chiefs of Staff chair, ODNI, his own Secretary of State, and NATO allies, saying you're not prepared to do this biggest U.S. evacuation ever. And they were advised by top leaders the Taliban were already in violation of the Trump-Doha agreement. Therefore, they're not obligated to leave. And then Ned Price, this former spokesman, admitted in testimony the Doha agreement was immaterial to Biden's decision to leave. He decided his own timeline on his own to get a glowing headline for the upcoming 20th anniversary of 9/11. But now he's trying to blame Trump.
Well, that's exactly right, Liz. He tried to play politics over the safety of our military. He tried to play politics over the advisement of military strategists, the State Department, ODNI, and the intelligence community. And he did so at the risk and at the sacrifice of 13 brave Americans, 13 heroes, and 13 Gold Star families that he recently tried to politicize against. Again, Harris has to acknowledge the fact that not only is she responsible for this, but she's responsible for all of the things that's come subsequent to that, to include the delisting of the Houthis as a terrorist organization and the plus up of revenue and economy on Iran, which has led to increased attacks and October 7th in Israel. So this is not just one event. This is multiple events of why she is not fit for president and why we were safer under President Trump.
Congressman Mills, thanks for your service to America. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.